Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Spartan Sports Report. Along with Ron Wiley, I'm Sam Harvey, and we have our regular guest here tonight. Glad to have him, Brent Duncan.
I'm always happy to be here. It'd be nice to get coaches, but it's just a hard time with all that practice. And kids are there, and kind of getting ready for the winter season, and a little bit of a break for some of them.
And we want them to win, so coaches need to be there.
Yeah.
Right, Ryan?
Absolutely. Love victories.
Yeah. Speaking of that, boys with a couple victories. Unfortunately, the girls weren't so fortunate down at South Dearborn on Friday night. Had a girl-boy doubleheader. We're going to have another one of those on Tuesday here.
Yeah, I mean, I went down and watched, and girls had the opportunities, just can't seem to put the ball in the bucket right at the right moments. And in the big scheme of things, we probably should have 4 more wins just with a bounce here or there, or a play here or there. And we missed some free throws down the stretch, and one quarter we had a little bit too many turnovers unforced, and those all come back to haunt you in the end when the ball's not going to the basket. That compounds what it looks like as well. And then boys had 2 good wins, and anytime you go on the road and win, then turn around and bring Richmond back the next night and come back and play again and win by a little healthier margin, those are always good nights. And swimmers did well. I mean, the girls swimmers placed second in our invite on Saturday, and the boys don't have quite as many girls, so they finished 5th. And then wrestlers finished second in the Franklin County tournament and got beat in the last match to go 3-1 on the day, and Franklin County knocked them off on the end by a few points. So good day all around for the Spartans.
Busy weekend.
We're all busy.
Got your Christmas shopping done?
I think I got her anniversary. I guess I might have to double for everything.
Okay.
We get an anniversary this month?
No, it was in August. It's hard to believe she's married me for 40 years.
Well, yeah, it is.
I'm a little lucky for that one.
Yeah. One lucky dude.
Yeah, you married above your pay grade, so they say.
So did you.
I did.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Well, you talked a little bit about the game with South Dearborn, and it seems like with the girls this season that they know what to do. It's just putting it together for 32 minutes.
Yeah, you see great stretches, and we get a lead, and then sometimes I think when you've not been in those winning things, you do things you're not really needed to forget how you got to the lead, and then you do, I can do this because I'm up so many points, and this won't matter. Well, it does matter when it comes down to the long game, or not focusing on a free throw, or missing a wide open layup when you get the rebound and nobody's on you, or you miss a breakaway layup and you don't focus on the rim because you're worried that you're going to get fouled. So it's all those little things that comes with winning that sometimes breeds that to say, I got the confidence not to worry about getting bumped or missing a free throw in a clutch situation. So
This could all pay off, though. This experience of this being so close could start gelling at the right time. Because sectionals is about a month away, or a little over a month away.
right at the end of January, 1st of February. And, for us, we've had some girls out,
Yeah.
We've had some out with concussion. We get one back from concussion. We get another one goes out with concussion. And had some out with sickness and injuries, and not everybody's healthy. So we've not really been blown out, so to speak, here lately, but we've been on the cusp and just can't get over that.
Yeah, some of those, if we'd had both Abby and Haley, Rodney used to say something about if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, it'd be Christmas all year.
Right.
and he's right. He was right about that. But on the other hand, it can make a difference, and in those close games, make a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, you look at those 2 girls, and they've been coming on a little bit. And Abby was scoring consistently on the inside, and then Haley kind of picked it up, and they've both been out, and then kind of hurts us on a rotation because Addison Powell had been hurt down at the Addison's been hurt down at the the middle school. I mean, at the middle school on the JV team.
JV.
So we've had to adjust some things, and it just all comes together. So hopefully it'll
It's good
pan
to
out in the long run.
Well, it's good to be on that cusp. It's good to be on that where, we a couple, plays here or there, than to be where we were 2 years ago. I mean, so I really think that if they stay the course, we're going to see some good results from them as we get closer to sectional.
They don't get down on themselves.
Right? Yeah. Don't get down. Yeah. Just you're going to climb that mountain. You're going to get over it eventually.
Not overthink it.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Just go out and play. Boys, perfect in the conference, perfect on the season at 7-0. But I know talking to Coach that Friday night was his main concern. Saturday night's a bonus, but going to South Dearborn and getting a road win in the conference was important.
Yeah, you just never know how you're going to play, and obviously we set it up that our first goal is to win the conference, as he says, and the second goal is then you take care of the sectional opponents, and then whatever happens in the tournament trail comes down the line. But if we can get other wins to go along with them. But I thought we were a little sluggish on. I wouldn't say it's our best performance on Friday night. I thought we looked a little sluggish with some shots that we typically would hit. But sometimes winning ugly, you can learn a lot of things. It's better to win ugly than to lose pretty.
Very physical game, always seems to be when we go down on the river.
Well, and you think the kids have played South Dearborn when they've been not very good. In the last 2 years, they've really gotten a lot better, and they're always kind of rough and tumbly. And last year we kind of got fortunate, escaped in the first round of the sectional with a win when we probably shouldn't have, and we got out there, made the right plays at the right time, put the right pressure on, and then you come back on Saturday with a different kind of team, and it's great to beat the Devils. But
well, one of the two R's that I like to beat every year, and probably more so Richmond than Rushville. But they came in a lot of athleticism and a lot of quickness, but I thought our quickness showed as well.
Well, you don't know. It was coach right there, being an ex-Red Devil and playing under Griff. Griff definitely played a different style, and Billy was part of that, of just in your face. And I foul you 70 times and they call 30. I'm 40 to the good, and I got 80 points at buckets, And I'm not sure if it'll get back to that, but I thought they played a little more discipline last night than they had in the year, the last couple of years. So kudos to Billy, and hopefully it doesn't get any better than where it is right now.
Yeah, we hope so.
What I was impressed with the Spartans, they got down early, 9-5. Richmond, really putting the pressure on them, but they never panicked. And I didn't see the game against South Dearborn, but the last game we did against Pendleton Heights with the sickness and everything they were dealing with, they never panicked. They stayed the course, and the defensive play of Caleb Sparks was just incredible against Richmond. It seemed like our defense towards the end of the game was toying with them, that at any moment we could steal the ball away from them, we did. That's where we expanded that lead late, where we were just disrupting them so much defensively.
Well, if you are watching in practice, there's a lot of time spent on defense and scouting reports. And I go back to the people that I coach with, and if you think of our successful people, Howard Renner's a lot of success, and there's a lot of defense. Russ Rackey in football, if you ever went out to football practice, Coach Metzger complained, can I at least get 45 minutes of offense this week? So, so it's preparing for your other opponents and just polishing what you do. And, I think Kerry does a good job with that with our kids. And Sparky hasn't shot the ball well. I mean, he's made a couple big shots against Richmond, but he didn't try and tail off. But he also understands if I don't play any defense,
he's not gonna
there's
play.
a padded chair there that will probably have his name on it. So, and towards the end of the game, he made 2 or 3 straight deflections on the side, and they're trying to make it the entry pass. And anytime you can do those things, that's a good thing if you get your hand on the ball.
That one deflection that he got to Lucas Barron, he was diving. It looked like a Mike Heineman play to me.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
He got the ball up to Lucas, and Lucas takes it in and slams it. I thought that was a turning point in the game between the two of them. Give Sparky the assist and Barron the credit for the big dunk. Woke up the crowd. I think it woke up the team.
Well, I think you're thinking about the game, and as all those things go around, you hear our fans get excited when it's a defensive play, or they're in the first half. Like James got a rebound and missed, and then Braxton went right back up and got the rebound.
Yeah,
of course, then the crowd appreciates the effort and the hustle, and I think that's what wins our fans over.
Yeah, and how many times over the weekend did we see that maybe ball would go in and it would be knocked around, Lucas going up with it, but Gage right there on the putback, and just staying with it and the timing that takes.
Well, I think the kids generally like each other, and I don't really think they care who score. I think they're all there to pick each other's up, and and we've had teams in the past. If you got 4 or 5 guys that can be, or ladies that can be in the 8 to 10, 12 point range, you just don't know which one's going to go off. If you guard the wrong one, it's the wrong guy not to guard, or wrong lady not to guard that night. So
It keeps
if we can
defenses
stay
honest.
healthy and we can stay out of injury, and we'll see where the may lead us.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the JV game the other night. Blaine Hornsby with 30 points. Every time he touched it, seemed like it was going in.
I didn't know he had 30. I knew he had quite a few. That's
He
a
had
good
30,
night.
and
anytime you get 30 in a JV game, besides that, you're putting up a lot of points.
Yeah.
A lot of JV games don't even get to 30.
Yeah, and we scored 50 that night, and Nate Garrison had 12. So 2 guys in double figures. The rest of the team had 8 points, but they were hot, and they're both pretty strong underneath.
Well, I'm worried about Blaine not filling in until he's about 22 because he's 6'5" and about $145, and then and Nate's a wide body, but he's got great hands and great feet, and he's intelligent. And he understands what to do with the ball when he's in there. And just like the other teams, they're not unselfish. They're willing to give up the ball to get to other people when they're open.
And I think part of playing for Coach Brown that you better not be selfish.
Right. Oh,
No, there's not too many eyes that fit in and have made it through 4 years if I've got a big eye on my chest. And sometimes some people leave because they got the eye on their chest. But,
It's their loss.
yeah.
I think there's a greater thing. It's the whole is greater than the parts. So.
Oh, it's a team sport. I mean, and you win as a team and you lose as a team. I mean, we can analyze it and I can say, man, I missed 4 free throws. I missed the game-winning shot, but it's a team. As we talked earlier, you go back and go, well, yeah, you may have missed the last second shot, but, I missed 3 free throws that were missed down the stretch. So it is.
Or I missed a layup in the first quarter.
Exactly.
I threw the ball away 2 or 3 times.
You
in
never
the first
know,
half
and
or
it's a
whatever.
team, and I like this team. This team plays as a team, and one of the standout that I was surprised at how much coaching Toby Billups does on the floor, and then he was off the bench. He was on the bench, standing up. I thought I would, because I was in the stands in an unusual position, so I thought, wait a minute, is he playing? I couldn't.
He was all the way down in front of me.
In front of you,
Coaching. Yeah.
And he was coaching him. I thought, he's a general, and he knows how to get the best of his players, of his teammates. Yeah, that's impressive.
Fun to
But
watch.
it's always good to have a leader. I got to correct myself because I called Addison Phillips Addison Powell. It's been bugging me since I said that. So I want to get her
Made
name
that
right.
correct.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't say the right name. So, but yeah, I mean, it's good. And sometimes I think in all sports, especially team sports, you got to have that. And
Right.
I think sometimes in our girls basketball, I know we're still searching for that one vocal leader. I think we have some that lead, but we don't have that one. It's just willing to say, you go here, you do what you need to do. So.
Yeah, well, what was impressive about it is Toby's dad, Tim, sent me a text of somebody who took a picture of Toby, and there's Kerry and the coach just standing there while here's a picture of him doing this.
We mentioned that.
was
We
amazing.
mentioned that to Coach Brown after the game in the post-game show, and he said, "Yeah, that's all right." He said he's involved, and says, "I want them communicating."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as a coach, you can control a lot of things on the side, but you do your work in the week, and hopefully you've prepared them for what they need to do when they're on the court, because you're not the one out there in the battle that's seeing what's need to be done. And it's just like coaching football. I can tell you what, but I am the one out there that can see if you call that play what I need to call instead of what maybe the play was, and next time we need to do this instead of that. But you got to have that special person that's not willing to be afraid to speak up or whatever. And
You mentioned the girls having the leaders. That's something that can be developed, but it may take a while to do that. And I'm sure Michelle is working on, okay, we need to be a little bit more vocal out there. I think that may be a missing component with the girls. If they had that one true leader like that, then to keep them pumped up, to keep them going.
and sometimes you just go through classes where you don't have the talkers.
Right,
And sometimes the talkers are the underclassmen, but that's hard for them to.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Because you're the underclassmen, but not every class has a vocal person.
Right.
And sometimes you don't want to be the leader, but it just falls upon
Right,
your
yeah.
shoulder
That's
because
true.
everybody looks to you. So
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah,
as long as they're working hard and trying to do it by example and being positive all the time, then
Right.
it doesn't matter if you have the vocal one. It's helpful to have the vocal one, but not everybody wants that leadership role either.
Right,
So.
right, yeah, that's very true.
Let's take a look at some scores over the weekend from Eastern Indiana Athletic Conference. Connersville, of course, 7-0. They defeated South Dearborn 45-33 on Friday, and Richmond 54-37 on Saturday. And just make a note that the IBCA poll came out last evening, and Connersville's moved up in all classes from 20 to 18. There's some speculation that they could go number one in the AP Class 3A. I don't know if they will or if they won't. Both teams above them, Mishawaka Marion and Leo, lost last week, but pollsters
some tough
sometimes are
teams.
strange. Being number one is great. Ask Matt Painter and Purdue.
Didn't last long.
It didn't last long, so it would be great recognition for our kids if they
Right.
were named number one this week, but they got a long road ahead of them.
Well, the
Numbers
Spartans
are just numbers.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
the Spartans were only ranked number one two times in there, and that was the only time it mattered. Mm-hmm. Is in 72 and 83. So it'd be nice, but I mean, Mishawaka Marion lost to Westfield.
Right.
I mean, they're a top
team we're going to see.
Yeah, we're going to see. So, I'd like to see the number one at the end of the season.
Back to the Spartans, they will host Greenfield Central tomorrow night in the girl-boy doubleheader, and they'll have Monroe Central on Thursday in the tourney at the Bowl. Other teams participating in that tourney are South Decatur and Bloomington North. Greensburg, 3-2. They dropped 2 over the weekend, a little bit surprising. They lost to Jennings County. That one's not so surprising, 64-42. And they lost to Franklin County, 63-37.
Wow.
That one kind of surprised me. I don't want to say anything bad about Franklin County. I just think the margin.
Yeah, that's surprising. Is that a typo?
No,
and you don't
they
know.
could be sick. So.
Yeah, you don't know what's there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that Franklin County didn't beat them by that much. I don't know who was there for both teams, so a wide margin for what I think Greensburg would have on the table.
Exactly. All right. So they may have some kids out not feeling well. Greensburg will host Columbus East on Tuesday. East Central's 4-2. They beat Batesville Saturday, 44-25. Lawrenceburg is 6-0. They downed Rushville 59-40, and Greenfield Central 50-47. Our opponent tomorrow night. They will travel to Taylor of Ohio on Tuesday. South Dearborn lost to the Spartans 45-33. Batesville is 1-5. They took care of Milan 50-37, but lost East Central 44-25. The Bulldogs go to Union County Tuesday, and that's it for until after the holidays for them. Franklin County, 4-2, defeated host Greensburg 63-37 on Saturday. The Wildcats will entertain Seton on Wednesday. Rushville got their first win, but on Friday, though, they lost to Lawrenceburg 59-43, but beat Centerville 50-36. Centerville struggling just a little bit. Standings in the conference, Lawrenceburg leads it right now at 3-0. Connersville at 2-0. South Dearborn 1-1. Franklin County 2-2. Greensburg 0-1. East Central yet to play a conference game. Batesville's 0-1, and Rushville is 0-3. In girls basketball in the conference, Connersville's 4-9. They fell to South Dearborn 61-50, and they host Greenfield Central Tuesday at the Bowl. And they will have Callan on Thursday in the tournament here at the Bowl. And remind me of the other two teams coming in.
At 10:30, it'll be Winchester and Madison.
So some pretty good girls basketball coming up on Thursday, along with some boys.
Hope it's a good day, and hope we can keep them on the hour-and-a-half time slot.
That's your problem.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Lawrenceburg, they're 8-5, lost to Rushville 56-51. Greensburg is 4-10. Were beaten by Batesville 55-37 and beat South Ripley 52-35. I think I might have a typo there. Rushville 6-4. They down Lawrenceburg 56-51. They host North Decatur on Tuesday and play Seymour on Thursday. Batesville 3-10, lost at Franklin County 44-22. Greensburg 55-37. And they beat Greensburg 55-37. Can't read my own writing, and lost at East Central 63-24. They go to Switzerland County on Tuesday. Franklin County's 8-6. They defeated Batesville 44-22, and Oldenburg Academy 37-23. South Dearborn's 2-11, beat the Lady Spartans 61-50. They played Hagerstown Tuesday at Edinburgh in a tournament there. East Central's 8-1. They beat Jacksonville 76-36, and Batesville 63-24. They're at Bedford North Lawrence on Wednesday. Standings in the girls EIAC. East Central on top at 3-0. Rushville right there with them at 3-0. Lawrenceburg's 3-1. Franklin County's 1-1. Greensburg's 2-2. Lady Spartans 1-3. South Dearborn 1-3, and Batesville 0-4. Wrestlers host the Spartan Classic on December 28th and 29th. And Brent, if people want to come out and see that, tickets available at the door. What's that going to cost them?
Yeah, you can get a 2-day pass for $15 for a wristband. Make sure you keep it on and wear it back both days. It is washable. If you're elementary age, it's $5 for the 2 days, and you can buy a single session or a 1-day pass for $10. But unfortunately, if your wrestler makes it to day 2 and you didn't buy the initial one, you'll pay another $10 the next day. So But 15 will get you both days, 10 will get you one day, and 5 will get the little kids from elementary school in for both days.
It's a good thing for the community. Brings a lot of people into town, helps with our businesses, good for all the kids that come. And how many years have we been doing this?
I think this is number 48 coming, not counting the one we took off, so didn't have it last year. So it's been renamed the Mac Taylor Spartan Wrestling Classic, and look forward to it. I actually had a team drop out a couple weeks ago, and got an email from a guy today, said, hey, I haven't got any stuff on the Classic. I said, well, you told me in September you weren't coming. He said, well, schedule changed. I thought we were still coming. I said, well, you didn't let me know. So, but I got a spot for you. So filled number 32 today, so that's a good thing.
32, that's a lot of individual matches. And
I think there's like 864 if everything goes to end and every match takes place. So
how many officials does it take to do that?
Typically we have the same eight. When I had to move the date up a date because of the boys playing in the Classic on Thursday, one of my normal 8 had a commitment for the Monday date, so I actually have 9 this year. So 8 regulars and 1 sub.
It's
the same 8 guys year after year, which is
that
good.
helps.
We've had to replace one this year because his boys are now wrestling, and he said, I'm going to be dad and coach for a few years and take some time off from officiate. So we did pick up one new one this year. But 5 of the 8 have been coming since I started 14 years ago with Dan.
Wow, that's something to be said for them.
Yeah, it's, I think they all got tenured in a letter jacket.
Swim teams, they're off until January 3rd, and gymnastics starts January 11th.
Yeah, like I said, the swim teams did well over the weekend. The boys are a little shy on numbers, so that hurts a little bit. The girls had a good performance. If you know anything about swimming, it's hard to beat East Central because depth gets you a lot of points, and they can put about 3 in every event, and that comes into play when you get down to the games. But past Centerville for the second. Centerville had beaten us earlier, and girls were excited about finishing runner-up, and boys did a good job. And you know, Zane Spurlock and Stephen Kiefaver are learning, and I think the kids are excited and they're doing a good job. And you know, you can continue to see improvement. And I think if they can stick it out and stay around, they got their hands in our CAS program, they got their hands in our middle school, so
they can build
kids
it.
are going to see them from all, so that'll help. If Stephen's done his job trying to get to our divers, we don't have a dive coach. If anybody's interested in diving, got that skill, call me. We still have a spot. And we got 3 girls divers, and unfortunately we don't have any boys this year, so we got to work on that a little bit.
Yeah, lost Quentin. He was a good one.
Yeah, Quentin did a good job, you know, and just always working, and that's something he loved to do, and it takes a special, you know. And he kind of dived into the swimming part in the last couple of years, and that's unusual to have a diver and a kid that also swims at the same time. And, you know, for
It's a lot of work.
Made the state, and just unfortunately had some just little miscues here and there that wasn't as perfect as he would like them to be. And of course, when you get to that level, you can't afford any little miscues because everybody there is pretty darn good.
Best of the best is there.
The guy from Delta's back-to-back state champion, and Olympics have kind of hinted that he might be in that mix in about 4 years. So talking about different quality diver here and there along that way. So we'll see.
Centerville, you mentioned Centerville. They got a pretty good program there, and that was big for Lady Spartan swimmers.
Yeah, I mean, Darren's done a good job over there with them, and I can never think of their dive coach. He's always involved in the diving part, and that's good to win for them. And then, you know, gymnastics starts on the 11th, and we're young, and we had our preview the other night, and we'll see how good the girls are. So get their first taste with 2 pretty good teams with New Pal and Newcastle, and we'll roll from there. You know, obviously Richmond the last couple of years have had a pretty good program again. And had the all-around state champion 2 years ago, and she's back for her senior year, and we'll see how things roll.
That we will.
You mentioned, sorry, Sam.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you mentioned last week or the week before about that the Spartans, you offer every sport allowed, and even some of the, like bowling, and that's, I mean, how many around us offer that as well? I mean, because that's got to be a scheduling problem if you have schools around that doesn't offer everything we offer as well. I mean, like, does Franklin County, do they have everything that we offer?
They don't have swimming. They do have one girl doing gymnastics right now.
Wow.
Richmond has everything for the most part, but Rushville does. They don't have swimming anymore.
Yeah.
They have gymnastics, but only a few of us in the area have gymnastics. So it doesn't make sense. You just have to stretch a little bit more, and those those individual sports a little easier because you can bring a bunch in at one time. So not like a basketball game or
Right. Yeah.
or you can have multiple opponents on the floor. With gymnastics, you can have 4 or 5 teams, and you know.
I just talking to you, it's like the scope of your job is, and then every time we're somewhere, you're there, and it's like, when do you sleep? I mean, when do you have a weekend off? I asked before the show, do you have a weekend? And you said you're at the bowl 4 times Sunday.
I was.
He gets to come in here and sit for 30 minutes.
Is that what it is?
with us.
That's your break?
This is his
my
break.
break.
Yes.
I'm getting ready to go here and unload pop and drive to Newcastle.
Yeah,
before night
it's
football, so.
amazing. It's just like I said, it's like every time I'm at a soccer game, there's Duncan. Anywhere we're at, you're there, and it's just amazing because it's not a 9-to-5 job.
That's why he gets the big bucks.
Yeah.
I knew I'd get a look from that.
I enjoy my job.
That's great. We're blessed here at CHS.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming up on Thursday, of course, is the big all-day tournament here at the Bowl, both boys and girls. And then a week from Thursday, we go to the Hall of Fame Classic in Newcastle. I wore my Hall of Fame shirt tonight to remind me to talk about that.
From 1985.
No. It's from 2015. Chris May gave me this when Chris May came down and gave me this when I got the award from the IHSA.
Yeah, you should be in there.
Yeah. So
You're a Hall of Famer.
well, like Brett used to tell me, pay your $10 and go in, and you'll be in the Hall of Fame. Go in and look around.
I've been in there.
Right.
But
My dad's name's in there. That's okay.
that's
That's
cool.
all that matters.
That's cool. Anyway, you still have tickets available.
Yeah.
Was the whole point of this, that you have tickets available, and then you buy them now. It's a lot cheaper than waiting and buying them at the door.
Yeah, you can get them at the athletic office until 4 o'clock this week, and next week I'll still have one up till Thursday. You may just have to call and leave a message and try to figure out how to get them to you. But $10 will get you for both sessions, morning and night. If you wait and buy them at the door, it's $10 for the morning session. Clear the house out, come back, and it's another $10 to get in for the night session. So, but if you buy them from us, we also get part of that. $10 will stay with the athletic department. We pay so much for the tickets, and I can get above the $10.
Will you have them at the Bowl tomorrow night?
They will be at the Bowl again tomorrow night. I'll have them at the Bowl on Thursday. And
Great stocking stuffer is what I've been saying
Yeah.
since this was announced.
we still have probably around 300 left, if that. So hopefully they're all gone before I get to next Thursday. So
I don't remember us doing a tournament. Is this the first year that we're hosting a tournament?
first time since I've done it.
Yeah, I was going to say, because we used to go to the wedding tournament up at Richmond, and now, and I like it. I like that we have our own. I think we need more people to see the Grand Palace on Grand as much as possible.
But we'll see how it goes, and it'd be nice to do it in a 2-day thing with the girls one day and the boys next day.
Right.
But with the classic, it throws a little wrinkle into it. And
Right.
Christmas is on the weekend this year, and that
Yeah.
throws another wrinkle into it. So hopefully it'll go off well. I'm a little nervous. I'm hoping we can keep them
You'll be
on
fine.
9 every hour and a half, and we're gonna let them warm up in the arena instead of taking time on the bowl. So they'll get their warm
That's
up
good.
time in the arena, and then we'll get about 10 minutes to 15 max between the games. And try to do my mouth calculations, and if the officials don't blow the whistles too much, we should have about 42 minutes of spare time.
You've got it all down to the minute,
not
don't you?
actual playing time and time, not counting timeouts.
All day?
Yeah, 42
No,
total.
42 minutes in the hour and a half. That's
Okay.
free for extra timeouts and
Okay.
not counting quarters or halftime or
And this is varsity only, correct?
varsity only. So, and as long as the officials don't become, and I hope they're not, because they're going to do a girls' game and sit out a girls' game, and then come and do a boys' game. So there's 12 different, 4 sets of officials come. So they're each going to get 2 opportunities. So hopefully they don't want them to last long, so they can get out later after the second game. So maybe I just tell them don't call fouls.
No
fouls and
yeah,
no
no
overtime.
blood. Yeah, what did we say when we were playing in the
But I think most
Park.
teams know we're here, and they're going to be here till it's over, and we'll try to keep them as close as we can on the hour and a half start time. But
No-
you always
no-
know
no
there's
blood, no
always
foul.
something that comes up.
Yeah, right.
Well, a big week in Spartan sports this week, and appreciate you tuning in to us tonight. Merry Christmas, everyone, and we'll see you next time on Spartan Sports Report.